Everybody knows the Indians are not going to sign Francisco Lindor for $400 million. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, I would think so.
It'd be like the king in his court, the old softball guy, Francisco against 9 guys, because they wouldn't be able to afford anybody else.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So, I think we talked about this before. In my estimation, I think yours is there's 3 things that can be done here. You can just let him ride it out for 2 years, play as a Cleveland Indians shortstop, and then say thank you for your efforts and nice seeing you.
Yeah.
That's number one. Not necessarily the greatest option, but number one. Second option would be let him play 1 year, same thing, full go, try to win the division and get to the World Series, and then trade him to the best offer after 1 year, leaving 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah.
And then there's the third one, somehow beg, borrow, and steal that, I don't know what the dollar figure would be, but it's not going to happen, but that is an option if they change their mind and try to pay him.
Yeah, and I think, get ready to read a Francisco Lindor's rumor story every day this winter. I mean, that's what it's going to be. We went through it with Bauer and Kluber last year, and they both shockingly opened the season with the Indians this year. And I'm betting that the same thing happens with Lindor, and then perhaps at the All-Star break, or at the trading deadline, if they're out of it, maybe they move him then.
All right. Is there thought that if nothing changes in the division, they still take on Minnesota, and they think if everybody's healthy, they think they can win it?
I think they do, because Minnesota has some free agent defections going on a lot with their Jose Rio. I think is the only pitch starter coming back, that is guaranteed to come back.
Right.
They could lose everybody else to free agency. So that opens the door a little bit. Shoop is a free agent, so they're going to lose some of that power that they signed over the winter last winter.
I gave you the 3 potential options. Of the 3, what do you do?
If it's me, I trade them right now.
Would you really?
I think this is your best chance to get the biggest return. Because
you get more guys in. The theory is not all of them will make it.
And the team that gets him has him for 2 years, and you figure, a team that gets Lindor is a contender, and they might they're going to be. I would imagine they're in a bigger market, and they might be able to sign him to an extension. So you get him for 2 years plus.
Yeah, my guess is if they get him for the 2 years, they'd be interested that day to sign him for an extension.
Yeah,
why else would you get the guy?
Yeah, right. And you have they open those like 72 hours to do an extension.
Have you heard anything from his camp, if there is such a thing, or from him as to what markets he'd be interested or what team he'd be interested in? I don't think we've heard anything.
No, his agent has said very, very little. His
legitimate agent?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He had Kimbrel, but Kimbrel was out for, he didn't sign with the Cubs till midway through the season. And he lost, he had Castellanos, and Castellanos left. So, but Lindor is his guy. That's his ticket.
That's all he needs.
Yeah,
it's a lifelong savior.
And the other guy, Dietrich, the kid from Cleveland, he was his agent. I mean, he was had Lindor's agent, but he just left to go to another agent as well.
All right. So the one we're hearing, and you wrote a lot about it. The Indians, the Dodgers seem to be the team making the first entry into this.
Yeah, I haven't written that, but it was John Morosi wrote it for MLB.com, and Morosi's the same guy that wrote that Kluber was getting traded every day of the winter.
Eventually,
last
he
year.
was going to be right.
Eventually, he's going to be right.
Yeah.
But so I take that with a grain of salt. I mean, I think there's every contender out there would like Francisco Lindor.
All right, so the names that kind of snuck out there, and I don't know if Morosi made them up or if they are, but we're talking about the Dodgers right now and what they might give up, or at least what the Indians might be asking for in return. And there you go. Gavin-Lux is a guy, and you can see the numbers there, Hoynesy. 240 batting average, couple of home runs. He did it with the Dodgers in that year. And in the minor league, he did it between AA and AAA. And he's the Dodgers' top-ranked prospect according to MLB.com. You hear anything about him?
I have not heard anything about him, Les. I saw him. I just watched him on TV like everybody else. I mean, they're loaded with prospects. They're loaded with, but you can't. to me, if you're going to trade Lindor, you've got to get guys that are major league ready.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to
Not
get
ready, played already.
and you can't. You got to hit a home run if you trade him.
Yeah, Dustin-May is a guy they might be looking at. You see the pitcher, right-handed pitcher, and giving up 14 earned runs, 32 strikeouts, and 5 walks. It's pretty good ratio in 14 appearances. So
Yeah,
that's Dustin-May.
And they were connected with Kluber and Bauer with the Dodgers all winter last year.
Yeah, so they've been looking at these
So
guys.
they've been looking at it, and if they couldn't find a deal there, I'm sure they were talking probably a bunch of these same names.
Right.
And if they couldn't make a deal for those guys,
Keibert-Ruiz is a catcher and third-ranked prospect in the Dodgers system, switch hitter. Well, you will agree, I think, that the Dodgers are pretty well respected for their minor league system.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They have a good organization. They've got a lot of money, and they've got they have prospects from here to eternity.
Well, here's the kind of kid you're talking about, one with major league experience already, not a prospect. And this Corey-Seager is their shortstop, 25 years old, 5 years in the majors, and his batting average 294, 73 homers, 266 RBIs in just less than 500 career games.
Yeah, and
he's a legitimate player.
Yeah, he's had some health problems. He was hurt. He didn't come back. I don't think he played a full season this past year. His brother plays third base for the Mariners.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely a good baseball player. Definitely.
216